week on One Devotion. Hear from a convert to the passion of Belgrade basketball. Join in the fun and fireworks of opening week. Find out what brought a dean of coaching back to the bench. And marvel at the best moments to start the season. His first season playing in front of some of the world's most energetic basketball fans for Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade was enough to give Charles Jenkins a big taste of the incredible passion for basketball in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague. But he also had to learn how to use that energy in the right way.
I try to stay level-headed as much as I can. You know, the fans could do either two things. You know, the excitement can make you be a player that you're not, you know, just by, you know, trying to do too much to impress, and at the same time it can help you as far as like the way the pace of the game is going. So for me, I try to stay level-headed as possible as I can. You know, it's a great experience, you know, being able to play in front of that crowd and be composed. You know, I think that's good for any player, just because, you know, you're going to be playing in hostile environments all the time, especially in Euroleague.
Jenkins' popularity with Zvezda fans soared last season after he single-handedly rallied the team against Budivelnyk Kiev in the return leg of Euro Cup quarter-finals, scoring 21 points in the last 10 minutes to win the game in front of more than 25,000 fans.
That game is hard to explain. You know, I've had the conversation, you know, so many times with my family back home, just saying that out of all the basketball games I mapped out in my head and the way I wanted them to end, you know, that was the last thing that I expected, you know, for me to explode the way that I did. But
the reception he was given in the streets following that victory made Jenkins realise just how much his game-winning heroics meant to so many people.
The atmosphere after, it was crazy, you know, as far as, you know, going places and restaurants and, you know, people acknowledging me and things like that. I mean, as far as playing for Red Star, you're gonna get acknowledged, you know, no matter where you go. You know, whether it's from, you know, the other team's fans for being a Red Star player, or just getting the support of the Red Star fans, you know. So around that time, it was weird, because people that I didn't even expect to see the game, you know, they were coming up to me and, you know, congratulating and being happy.
Jenkins has earned respect from Belgrade fans, not only for his on-court heroics, but also for his off-court commitment to fully integrating with local life, such as learning the language and posting on Twitter in Serbian.
I didn't want to come here and just, you know, sit in my room and not embrace, you know, the culture and the fans and the people here, you know. So I just took it upon myself just to basically be Serbian, you know, for the time that I'm here. You know, I'm here 10 months out of the year, 2 months I'm home, so, you know, I might as well, you know, donate my energy to, you know, embracing the culture and, you know, eating the food, you know, trying to learn the language, you know, being that kind of guy instead of just, you know, being in my house, being a loner. So that was pretty easy for me.
When he speaks to friends and family in his native New York, one of the toughest tasks for Jenkins is attempting to paint a picture of the atmosphere generated by the fans in Belgrade.
I always say the same thing. I tell them, you know, no matter what I tell you, you really won't know how Belgrade is until you come here. You know, I try to influence as much as my friends and family to try to come out here, especially during Euroleague, because of how crazy the atmosphere is, so they can really see it. You know, when you hear stories from someone, just normally you think, you know, this guy's exaggerating a little bit. You know, Belgrade is not that intense, but you have to really be here and feel the energy from the fans to really understand. It looks exciting, you know, you're watching it from a computer, but to actually hear it and feel how the court shakes when the crowd is jumping, you know, for 40 minutes, you know, it's like no other.
I see the... Okay, here we are. We are with Jason Granger, the point guard of Unicaja Malaga.
When was the last time you had a dunk?
It's easy question.
You were 15, right?
I was 15. I remember young guys.
But regular basket or mini basket?
No, it was the basket was
A little low.
down.
All right.
The best defender that we have ever.
Omar Cook. He played here in Malaga. He played in really good teams in Euroleague. I think it's one of the toughest defender I ever had in my life.
I remember you when you was in Estudiantes.
Yes.
You played defense on me. You killed me.
That was when I was
You killed me.
15.
You killed me.
Oh, why are the basketballs always orange?
I cannot understand. We need to ask somebody from outside. No?
They should be
again.
pink, green.
Or black.
Why always
whatever,
orange?
yeah.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Euroleague player to watch?
Navarro. He's unbelievable, running out of the pick, shooting the ball, make all this bomba,
That's
all
right.
these things. So. Yours?
I might go with Navarro too.
This was our interview with Jay and me and Jay. Thank you.
See you next time.
Here comes the best of regular season round 1. Group A's Nizhny Novgorod aced its dramatic debut, while Real Madrid and Anadolu Efes also won at home. In a thrilling encounter between two Euroleague newcomers, Dinamo Sassari raced to a shocking 19-point first-quarter lead. Nizhny Novgorod kept its composure for a strong second half to end up with the victory after withstanding Sassari's attempt to steal it on the game's very last play. Final Four hosts Real Madrid struggled against visiting Žalgiris Kaunas before eventually winning by 9. While Anadolu Efes was in control from half-time onward against Unix Kazan to take its home opener in comfortable fashion. Group favourites Real Madrid may have enjoyed the biggest winning margin in Group A, but Nizhny fans will love the sight of their team tied for first place. Reigning champions Maccabi Electra and the team they defeated in last season's semi-final CSKA Moscow both start with wins, as does Unicaja Malaga. Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv fans were in a celebratory mood as their team returned to Euroleague action for the first time since winning last season's trophy. And Maccabi didn't disappoint, as Jeremy Pargo started his second spell with the team by scoring 20 points in a solid win over Limoges. CSKA Moscow also started strong, using a big night from Sasha Kaun, who scored 16 points and claimed 9 rebounds to secure a handy road win over Alba Berlin. Unicaja Malaga were also convincing road winners, riding on the back of 20 points from Ryan Toulson to recover from an early deficit and defeat Cedevita Zagreb. Familiar names at the top of the Group B standings, many people will expect perennial Final Four contenders Maccabi Electra and CSKA Moscow to stay there all season. A finely balanced and closely fought set of games started the action in Group C, with all 3 encounters decided by 7 points or less. 2 heavyweights of the European sporting world went head-to-head on the basketball court for the very first time, as FC Barcelona welcomed FC Bayern Munich. It was close throughout, but Barcelona newcomer Justin Dolman scored 16 points, and his team withstood a late Bayern rally to win by 2. Another exciting encounter came in Istanbul, where Fenerbahce jumped out to a big early lead over EA7 Emporia Armani Milan, but then had to work hard to secure a 3-point triumph. matters were far from straightforward for Panathinaikos, who held off a spirited Turov Zgorzelec to take a 7-point margin. Group C has always promised to be extremely competitive, and that proved to be the case in round 1. More drama is guaranteed from these teams next week. The game of the week delivered an impressive performance from Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade, while Laboral Kucha and Olympiacos also triumphed in their openers. No doubt about the star performer in round 1 of the regular season. Step forward Boban Marjanovic. The Crvena Zvezda centre is the league's tallest player at 2.21 m, and he produced a superb performance to power his team to victory over Galatasaray, scoring 22 points and claiming 10 rebounds. Olympiacos Piraeus had to work hard for its narrow victory over reigning Euro Cup champions Valencia Basket. Laboral Kucha Vitoria started the season in impressive fashion by securing the biggest winning margin, 19 points, of any team in the opening week of the season. Laboral Kucha are the early Group D leaders after a big opening day win, with Olympiacos and the emerging talents of Crvena Zvezda also starting strong. An exciting new season has taken flight, with Turkish Airlines Euroleague superstars rising to the challenge and inspiring others to do the same.
You won't make it. You won't make it right. You'll fall, and you'll fall again. Don't even try it. Don't, you don't have a chance. No guts. You are alone. You're hopeless. There's too much for you.
There's too much for you.
You're wrong. And you're scared to death. You'll never fly. Glory is not for you. You're not so special.
Jump.
No.
In another example of their solidarity on and off the court, players from throughout the Euroleague were only too happy to send the message that everyone can jump for their dreams.
The Euroleague is the highest level.
And so it's really a dream come true.
La metáfora del salto, ¿no?
Que refleja mucho pues, lo que hay que hacer para llegar a conseguir tus metas.
Try to reach higher every time. It's you against the gravity. It feels like flying.
Action!
Showing the energy that Euroleague has, showing the sacrifices everybody's making.
From the beginning, cut it.
Música.
Somos la parte mala y estamos diciendo al jugador, no lo hagas, no te atrevas, no eres capaz.
You have to believe in yourself and be dedicated.
If you fail once, then you can jump again tomorrow. Then you don't have to be afraid of anything.
You're not so special.
Jump. No.
A coaching legend has returned to the Turkish Airlines Euroleague this season with the appointment of Dusan Ivkovic at Anadolu Efes Istanbul, a move which takes the veteran coaching icon back to the same city where he won the Euroleague final with Olympiacos in 2012. Even for a basketball lifer like coach Ivkovic, that particular night was memorable.
It was a great moment, like many, many moments in my coaching. That glow is for the moment, and for me the most important, everything what happened before. That, let's say, that moment when somebody is, let's say, in big emotion, that moment became, I think, players and the fans all together.
Ivkovic turns 71 this month and now coaching for nearly 40 years after following in the footsteps of his older brother Slobodan. Basketball, he says, is his life.
My brother was great coach, and in the beginning when I start to help them to be, let's say, into his staff, not exactly like assistant coach, but after that I became and coach, assistant coach, that it means it's my life. The whole life we are, or my family, in basketball, and before and now.
Despite having his brother as a coaching role model, Ivkovic admits that when his coaching career first started, he was more interested in studying players than the methods of other coaches.
To be honest, like the young coach, I never saw what the coaches, how they organize the practice. I was looking always players, older players, the best players, how to teach, to take, to steal something of them, never coaches. It's true.
Although he has only been with Anadolu Efes for a short space of time, it's no surprise to learn that he has clear ideas about how he wants to build another title-winning team.
For the basketball season at the beginning, always which I like to do, it is to give information and how the people receive that information. It is, I think, today a lot of problems. And after that, immediately is the next part, the next stage is communication with the players, and after that, the next part, let's say, or reading the situation until, let's say, like eye contact, like I look at you, players need to understand that needs time.
Now that he's back on the court, Ivkovic will have less time to enjoy his hobby of pigeon racing, a pastime which he's happy to speak about in far less modest terms than his achievements in basketball.
At the moment, I'm looking maybe how to bring them here, and if I do something I like to do, I have really very good pigeons. I can say my pigeons is the best in the world. I never said that for my players. It is maybe many difference.
Bayern Munich centre John Bryant is living proof of the value of hard work and dedication. The man, nicknamed Big Country by his high school coach, always had talent for basketball. But before he could turn pro, he had to lose a lot of weight.
It was definitely a huge effort on my part. Just basically changing my habits. And, you know, when I was a little kid, I'd always snack and eat, you know, everything in the house. So, you know, I'd go into the kitchen and find whatever I could and go sit down and watch TV. And, you know, I just had horrible habits back when I was younger. And, you know, now that I've educated myself about, you know, just healthier habits and, you know, just reading a lot of books and watching, you know, documentaries about, you know, just food that you eat and how, you know, just how to be a healthier person.
Although his decision to lose weight was mainly a lifestyle choice, it soon exerted a big positive impact upon his blossoming basketball career.
I think I did it for myself foremost, just to be healthier and, you know, live longer and, you know, just have a better quality of life. But also it helped a lot in basketball, and, you know, I saw the, you know, the benefits of losing weight and being able to play a lot more minutes and be a little bit faster. So, you know, it's definitely a huge effort on my part, and, I think it all paid off.
Even now, the 27-year-old from California has to work hard and make sacrifices to make sure he stays in top physical condition.
I have to watch it every day. It's just every day eating and every day exercising and making sure I don't go out there and eat fast food or eat just a lot of pasta or any kind of just like carbs or unhealthy like breads and stuff like that I try to stay away from, and just try to stick to fruits and vegetables and proteins and stuff like that.
Of course, over the years, Bryant has also been able to use his size to his advantage on the basketball court.
In the games when I'm playing people, they always, man, I can never get around you. I can't get around you. You're just impossible to get around. And that's huge for when you're on defense, boxing somebody out and getting the rebound, and huge on offense too. When you get into the paint, it's hard for people to move you and hard for people to get around you.
Midway through last season, Bryant shed a little more weight when he made the bold decision to give his trademark flowing long hair a severe chop.
It was kind of weird. Because back home my cousin cuts my hair, and he was visiting me from the States, and he was here, and I kind of just got the idea, man, it got in my face a bunch of times during games, and it was just just a hassle to wash, and keep the upkeep on it was just getting a little too much. So one night I was just like, hey, let's go buy some clippers and let's cut my hair. And he was like, do you really want to? And I was like, yeah, let's just do it. And I got kind of nervous on the first, when he turned on the clippers and then started going for it. I was like, wait for it. All right, just go for it.
Boban Marjanovic started the season with a bang by inspiring Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade's big home win over Galatasaray Live Hospital Istanbul and becoming the season's first weekly B-Win MVP. Big Boban was a dominant factor from the very beginning, scoring the very first points of the game and finishing the first quarter with 6 points. His size proved too difficult for Galatasaray to handle, and he remained a constant factor as the Serbian team built up and maintained a comfortable advantage. Marjanovic finished the game with 22 points on 11 of 14 two-point shooting, and also played an important defensive role by pulling in 10 rebounds and making 2 blocks. Those impressive stats took his performance index rating to 30, the highest of any winning player in the opening week of the season. And now the top 5 of the week.
Number 5, Zagreb, Croatia. Scintillating fast break from Cedevita Zagreb, and it's all down to Luka Babic, who makes the steal and the clever behind-the-back pass to give Tomislav Zubcic an easy dunk. Number 4, Athens, Greece, a combination we've seen before from Panathinaikos as Dimitris Diamantidis throws it up and James Gist adjusts his body to convert the alley-oop. Number 3, Valencia, Spain. Vasilis Spanoulis with the ball finds the pass, and Olympiacos newcomer Othello Hunter does the rest, flying high over Romain Sato to dunk with power and authority. Number 2, Madrid, Spain. Rudy Fernandez thinks he's going to score, but Arturas Gudaitis has other ideas for Žalgiris Kaunas, soaring high. And the number 1 play of the week. Reigning Euro Cup champions Valencia were beaten, but they claim the top play with this spectacular alley-oop connection between Pau Ribas and Vladimir Lucic.
Euroleague thrills continue into regular season round 2, starting Thursday, with a rematch from last season's Final Four and a potential milestone in the Game of the Week. Real Madrid and its human fireworks show Rudy Fernandez make one of the competition's longest road trips to face qualifying rounds winner Unix Kazan and the top scorer from last season, Keith Langford. 6 months after their unforgettable semi-final, first-week winners CSKA and Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv meet again in Moscow, guided by new head coaches Dimitris Itoudis and Guy Goudis, to write another chapter in their great rivalry. Panathinaikos Athens legend Dimitris Diamantidis stands 8 assists away from becoming the first player ever to reach 1,000 as the Greens take to the road to face FC Bayern Munich and its own man on a mission, Nihad Djedovic, in the game of the week. Olympiakos debuts at home in Piraeus, Greece, with superstar Vasilis Spanoulis squaring off against emerging star Tomas Hertel and Laboral Cucha Vitoria of Spain. Great action crisscrosses the continent next week in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague. Don't miss another action-packed show next week from One Devotion.